Hey lovelies, welcome again to my channel. My name is Shari. If you're new here, on this channel I talk about nursing, life in the UK, coming abroad and everything in between. So if these are content you like to see, hit the subscribe button and join the awesome family. So relating to the last video uploaded, I had loads of questions coming in, so I'm going to make a quick video today to address them. So first and foremost, I don't work in an immigration office, I don't recruit, so please make your own research as well. Thank you. So if you haven't watched that previous video, I'll leave it in the description, then you can check it out later. So I think a lot of people know the pathway for entry to UK especially, but for Australia not everybody know of that. So I'm going to give you the pathway for migrating to Australia for international nurses, and this is from the Nursing and Midwifery Board APRA's website. So we are going to read that together. So first of all, they assess your ability to meet the registration and then assess your ability to meet the immigration checklist as well. We've got a self-check which I told you about in the previous video. So you see that you fall under stream A or B. So if you fall under stream A, you do orientation part 1, and then stream B you do orientation part 1 and then outcomes based assessment. Afterwards, you fill in the form and you provide all your documentation to APRA. NMBA, which is Nursing Midwifery Board of Australia, will assess whether you meet their requirements for registration. If you are successful, you receive your registration, you apply for immigration, get your employment, you migrate to Australia, you begin working. Yes, so that's how you become a nurse in Australia if you are internationally trained. And talking about the incentive scheme, you should be aware that it's in 2 categories. So the fact that you've applied doesn't mean you are going to take that 70,000 Australian dollars. No. So the allocation is categorized into 7 based on a modified Monarch category, which I will explain shortly. So the modified Monarch model is how they define whether allocation is metropolitan, regional, or remote or very remote. So this model has categorized their cities or their towns into 7 parts, with MM1 being the major cities and 7 being the very remote places. So if you choose a workplace which is in M1, know that you will go into the major cities, MM2 regional centers, MM3 large rural towns, MM4 medium rural towns, MM5 small rural towns, MM6 remote communities, MM7 very remote communities. So if you are relocating to Australia and then you choose a hospital between MM1 and MM3, you do not qualify for the 70,000 but the 20,000, and this 20,000 you get 10,000 on commencement and then the other 10,000 after you have completed your 12 months of service. So they don't give you the 20,000 at a go. And if you're already in Australia and you move from MM1, 2 or 3 to 4, 5, 6 or 7, you also qualify for this incentive. So that is for scheme 1. Now scheme 2 is rural and remote healthcare workers. So if you are in the category of MM3 to 7, you qualify for 70,000 Australian dollars. However, they give you 30,000 on commencement and then you receive another 20,000 after completing a full 12 months of service and another 20,000 after completing full 24 months of service in Queensland. So someone will ask, how do you receive this money? So the payment is done through the Queensland Health payroll on the first available pay period. So someone asked if carers are also recruited. Well, per the information they have on their website, I do not think so. Or they listed the occupations they were going to sponsor, and I do not see carers out of them. As you can see, there are medical doctors and specialists, nurses, midwives, allied health professionals, dentists, and the others. So I do not think they recruit carers. Someone also asked if they accept IELTS or OET. Well, they do, just like other recruiters. So they've got a list of recognized countries where you necessarily do not have to retake the exam. Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Republic of Ireland, South Africa, UK, and USA. So they've got a list of requirements of those who are supposed to take this test and those who can do without. And internationally trained nurses supposed to take the IELTS academic module test with a minimum of 7 and a minimum of 7 as well in each course components, which is writing, listening, reading, and speaking. We only accept test results from one setting. If you have to take the exam twice, it has to be in the space of 6 months. And unfortunately, they do not accept IELTS one skill retake test. If you scored less than 7 in one of the models, unfortunately, you have to retake the tests again, but bear in mind that it should be within 6 months. And they accept OET as well, a minimum score of B in each of the 4 components, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And if you took PTE academic as well, they do accept TOEFL with a minimum total score of 94 and the following minimum score in each of the section. Yes, so the English test is mandatory for all applicants. Someone also asked if they recruit nurses from Africa. They said they recruit internationally, but obviously, so far as you are trained nurse, you got your qualification, you got your experience, and you meet the criteria for EFRA, you should be considered. So I think these are some of the questions I received. I hope this helped. All the best on your journey relocating abroad. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to get more videos. And then until my next video, stay awesome. Bye.